Have you ever woken up feeling like the world is just a little heavier than it used to be? Maybe your joints ache a bit more, or you find yourself dwelling on things that didn't go quite right. It's easy, especially as we get older, to focus on what's not working, what hurts, what's changed, what we've lost. But what if I told you there's a simple, free tool that can shift your entire outlook and even improve your health? That tool is gratitude. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Gratitude? Really? How is writing down "I'm thankful for my coffee" going to help my arthritis or my blood pressure? But here's the thing, science backs this up. Studies show that practicing gratitude can lower stress, reduce inflammation, improve sleep, and even strengthen your immune system. For those of us over 60, that's not just a nice idea, it's a game changer. So today, we're going to talk about 3 simple daily practices that can help you harness the power of gratitude, not just to feel a little happier, but to transform your health. And the best part? These take just minutes a day. No expensive supplements, no complicated routines, just small shifts that add up to big changes. Let's start with the first practice, and this one is so easy, you can begin right now. 1. The 3 good things rule. Every night, before you go to bed, take just 2 or 3 minutes to think of 3 good things that happened that day. They don't have to be huge. Maybe you had a nice conversation with a neighbor, enjoyed a warm cup of tea, or finally got that stubborn jar open without help. The key is to pause and really let yourself feel the appreciation for those moments. Why does this work? Because our brains have a natural tendency to focus on the negative. It's called the negativity bias, and it helped our ancestors survive. But today, that same wiring can leave us feeling stressed or discouraged, even when good things are happening all around us. By consciously focusing on the positive, we rewire our brains over time, making it easier to notice joy, even on tough days. And here's the bonus, when you do this right before bed, you're more likely to sleep better. Worry and stress often creep in at night, but gratitude shifts your mind to a calmer, more peaceful place. Now, the second practice builds on this, and it's perfect for those mornings when you wake up feeling a little stiff or groggy. 2. The thank you body morning ritual. As we age, it's easy to get frustrated with our bodies. Maybe we're not as fast or strong as we once were, or things just don't work like they used to. But here's a radical thought. What if, instead of focusing on what your body can't do, you thanked it for what it can do? When you first wake up, before you even get out of bed, take a deep breath and silently say thank you to your body. Thank your heart for beating, your lungs for breathing, your legs for carrying you through decades of life. If you have aches or limitations, acknowledge them, but then think of one thing your body is still doing well. Maybe your hands can still hold a grandchild's hand, or your eyes can still see the sunrise. This isn't just feel-good fluff. Research shows that self-compassion and gratitude toward our bodies can actually reduce pain perception and improve mobility over time. When we stop fighting our bodies and start appreciating them, we move through the world with more ease, and yes, even more joy. Now, let's talk about the third practice, and this one is especially powerful for those days when life feels overwhelming. 3. The gratitude touchstone. We all have those moments, when the news is bleak, when loneliness creeps in, or when it feels like everything is changing too fast. That's when you need a gratitude touchstone, a small, physical reminder to bring you back to appreciation. This could be anything, a smooth stone you keep in your pocket. When you touch it, think of one thing you're grateful for, a photo of a loved one on your nightstand, or even a piece of jewelry that reminds you of a happy memory. The key is to use it as a signal to pause and shift your focus, even for just 10 seconds, to something good. This practice works because it interrupts negative thought spirals before they take over. And over time, those tiny pauses add up, training your brain to default to gratitude, not worry. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but what if I don't feel grateful? What if I'm just having a bad day? That's okay. Gratitude isn't about denying hard feelings, it's about balancing them. Even on tough days, there's usually something, a kind word, a warm blanket, a bird outside your window. And the more you look for those small sparks of good, the brighter they become. So why not try one of these practices today? Pick the one that feels easiest. Maybe tonight, you'll think of 3 good things before bed, or tomorrow morning, you'll thank your body for all it's done for you. And next, we'll dive even deeper into how gratitude can strengthen your relationships, sharpen your mind, and even help you sleep better. Because here's the truth, life after 60 isn't about chasing youth, it's about savoring the richness of the years you've earned. And gratitude is the key to unlocking that joy. You know, there's a beautiful thing that happens when we make gratitude a habit. It starts to change not just how we feel, but how we see the world. Suddenly, the small moments we used to overlook, the way sunlight filters through the trees, the sound of a loved one's laughter, even the simple comfort of a well-worn chair, begin to shine a little brighter. And that shift? It doesn't just lift your mood. It can actually rewire your brain, strengthen your relationships, and even help your body heal. We talked about 3 simple daily practices, the 3 good things rule, the thank you body morning ritual, and the gratitude touchstone. Today, let's explore how these habits create ripple effects in your life, especially when it comes to connection and resilience, 2 things that matter more than ever as we age. The hidden power of gratitude in relationships. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to take the people closest to us for granted? Maybe your spouse of 40 years still forgets to put the lid back on the toothpaste, or your old friend always tells the same story for the 100th time. It's natural to focus on the little annoyances, but gratitude can flip that script. Here's a challenge. Once a day, find one thing to appreciate about someone in your life and tell them. It doesn't have to be grand. You might say, I really loved how you made me laugh yesterday, or thank you for always calling to check on me. Why does this matter? Because gratitude is contagious. When you express appreciation, it doesn't just make you feel good, it strengthens your relationships. Studies show that couples who regularly express gratitude to each other feel more satisfied in their marriages, and friendships grow deeper when we acknowledge the value someone brings to our lives. And here's something profound, gratitude can even help heal old wounds. Maybe there's someone you've drifted from, a sibling, a friend, even an adult child. Instead of dwelling on past conflicts, try writing them a short letter. You don't even have to send it, listing a few things you're grateful for about them. You might be surprised how your heart softens. Gratitude is your secret weapon against stress. Let's be honest, life after 60 isn't always easy. Health scares, financial worries, loneliness, these are real challenges. But gratitude isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about anchoring yourself in what's still good, even in the storm. Think of it like this, your mind is like a garden. Negative thoughts are weeds, they'll grow on their own, without any help. But gratitude? That's a choice to plant flowers. The more you tend to them, the less room there is for the weeds to take over. When stress hits, maybe after a doctor's appointment or a frustrating day, try this, pause and name one thing that's still okay. It could be as simple as I have a roof over my head or the birds are singing outside. This isn't about dismissing your worries, it's about giving your nervous system a chance to reset. Research shows that gratitude practices lower cortisol, the stress hormone, and reduce inflammation in the body. That means less physical pain, better sleep, and even a stronger immune system. The surprising link between gratitude and longevity. Here's a fascinating truth. People who regularly practice gratitude tend to live longer. It's not magic, it's science. When you're focused on appreciation, you're less likely to be trapped in chronic stress, which ages your cells faster. Gratitude also encourages healthier habits. You're more likely to take care of a body you feel thankful for. One study of older adults found that those who kept a gratitude journal for just a few weeks reported fewer aches and pains, exercised more, and even had better blood pressure numbers. Why? Because gratitude shifts your mindset from I have to I get to. Instead of I have to go for a walk, it becomes I get to move my body today. That tiny shift makes all the difference. A practice for the tough days. Now, I won't pretend this is always easy. Some days, gratitude feels out of reach. Maybe you're grieving a loss, dealing with chronic pain, or just feeling lonely. On those days, try this, look for the absence of something bad. For example, I'm grateful I'm not in the hospital today. I'm grateful the toothache I had last month is gone. I'm grateful the storm passed without damage. This isn't about minimizing your struggles, it's about finding any foothold of light when the world feels dark. And over time, those footholds become stepping stones back to peace. What's next? We've covered how gratitude strengthens relationships, reduces stress, and even adds years to your life. But there's one more powerful aspect we haven't talked about yet: how gratitude can reshape your sense of purpose as you age. Because here's the truth, the later years aren't just about surviving, they're about thriving, leaving a legacy, and finding joy in ways you never expected. Next, we'll dive into how gratitude can help you rediscover meaning, whether you're retired, living alone, or navigating new challenges. Plus, I'll share a simple 5-minute ritual that can transform an ordinary day into something extraordinary. Until then, why not try one small act of gratitude today? Tell someone you appreciate them, write down one good thing before bed, or just pause to thank your body for carrying you this far. Because the best time to plant a seed of gratitude was 20 years ago, but the second best time is today. At some point in our lives, we begin to realize something profound. The days may be shorter, but they can be incredibly rich. And that richness doesn't come from what we accumulate or achieve anymore. It comes from how deeply we experience each moment, how we appreciate the ordinary miracles that surround us every day. In previous sections, we've explored how gratitude rewires the brain, strengthens relationships, and even helps your body heal. Now, let's talk about perhaps the most beautiful gift gratitude gives us as we age: the ability to find meaning in every chapter of life, especially this one. The wisdom in your years, gratitude is a lens for legacy. Think back to your younger self for a moment. That person who was so busy building a career, raising a family, chasing dreams, did they ever stop to appreciate how strong they were? How resilient? How loved? Now here you are, with decades of wisdom that only comes from living. Gratitude allows you to do something remarkable. It lets you reclaim all those moments, not with regret for what's past, but with profound appreciation for the journey itself. Try this. Once a week, take 10 minutes to write down one lesson or gift from each decade of your life. Maybe your 20s taught you courage, your 30s showed you the depth of a parent's love, your 50s revealed your quiet strength. When we view our lives through gratitude rather than nostalgia or regret, something shifts. We stop feeling like our best years are behind us, and start seeing how every year has added something priceless to who we are today. The ripple effect: how your gratitude changes others. Here's something magical about gratitude after 60. It becomes your quiet superpower to shape the world around you. When you express genuine appreciation to your grandchildren, to the cashier at the grocery store, to the neighbor who waves hello, you're doing more than being polite. You're showing them they matter. And in a world that often dismisses seniors, your gratitude becomes revolutionary. It says, "I see you. And I'm still here, fully alive." That kind of presence is contagious. It gives others permission to slow down and appreciate too. The 5-minute gratitude ritual for tough transitions. Let's be honest, aging brings losses. Maybe you've had to give up driving, or your social circle has gotten smaller, or your body just won't do what it once could. On those hard days, try this simple ritual. 1. Name the loss. 1 minute acknowledge what's changed. I miss being able to garden like I used to. 2. Find the gift. 2 minutes ask, what did this give me? Maybe less gardening meant more time for painting, or taught you to ask for help. 3. Spot the new opportunity. 2 minutes now that I can't I get to try This isn't about pretending the loss doesn't hurt. It's about discovering that even in limitation, there's still life to be lived, often in surprising new ways. Gratitude is your daily anchor. As we close, remember this: gratitude isn't just a practice for the good days. It's your anchor on the stormy ones. On mornings when the news is bleak, when loneliness whispers, when the mirror shows another wrinkle, that's when gratitude matters most. So keep it simple. Start small: a deep breath, a sip of tea, the way light hits your favorite chair. Be specific: I'm grateful for how my granddaughter giggles beats a vague "I'm grateful for family." Let it be messy. Some days your gratitude might just be I'm still here. Your invitation. Now I'd love to hear from you. What's one small thing you're grateful for today? Share it in the comments below. Let's create a ripple of appreciation together. And if this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more ways to thrive after 60. Because the world needs your wisdom, your joy, and your grateful heart. Here's to finding the extraordinary in your ordinary days, and to living this chapter with eyes wide open to its gifts.